What's up? It's the Gigabyte Grizzly Brohemian, and this is a messed up time we live in, so I need you all to do me a favor. Wear your mask. Like this, not like this, or like this, or like this, like this. Wear your mask. It's for your safety and mine. Because if I see you without one, I'm gonna pump kick a mask onto your face. Got it?
Announcement from Benjamin C. Steele talking to you about wearing a mask. Not this one, but this one. With everything going on right now with this pandemic, you need to wear a mask. My mask is for your safety. Your mask is for mine. I don't care what your uncles, brothers, best friends, mailman's roommate from college put on social media. Chances are they didn't think it through, and there's a very better than average chance that they're an idiot. So when you go outside, you put on your little mask over your face, put the little straps around your ears, and we're all going to be a lot safer. This is a team.
Zeke Mercer, one half of the Tag Team Champions. I'm here to tell you that if you want to be a champion, if you want to survive this thing, wear your freaking mask, okay? It comes in all different colors. You can get Eclipse Blue, JC White and Black, or even hell, Blue and Gold. But guys,
for a foot or an inch, yeah, I fight for you all. Is the truth and I'm in, yeah, I fight for every breath that I take.
Parental discretion is advised.
This show is brought to you by IndyWrestling.us and IndyWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Just Pro Wrestling News Podcast. No filler, no pop-ups. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect.
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show, episode 796. Tuesdays, we've been talking about professionalized wrestling. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on Twitter here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, PA. The wonderfully spacious. We've moved a lot of stuff if you've been following our Sorgatron Media social media accounts. And looking to do some fun stuff in the near future with that. But first, joining us from Macon, New York, he's the only Mayhem with Future Endeavor letter from the WWE. He is Mad Mike.
And I'm the only one who doesn't fall asleep before the fucking show.
Yeah, we might have some people jumping. We're going to have a lot of people jumping in because it is Mayhem Mania season. Yes, it is. So looking forward for that happening here later in the episode. But we also have a very special guest joining us. The first guest of the new year. The first guest of this... I haven't done the math. I think it is the 16th year of Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Sounds about right.
By the January of 2006.
Well, hold on.
16?
New Year's Revolution, Edge
Yes.
winning the title.
Yeah, it was 2016, and we were like the Monday or Tuesday right after that, and out of the way this month. But anyways, our guest, as I was trying to introduce, he is one cool cat. He is Justin Idol.
Hi, how are you? I was looking around for a cat. I don't have one near me, so I'm just gonna have to.
How is there not one in reach?
I don't know.
And by the way, if you haven't seen Justin in a while, you did see him if you watched our Christmas episode, because he contributed his vocal stylings as well as what was the cat's name again?
Mr. Wink.
Mr. Wink.
I was truly touched and
Yeah.
really, really confused.
Mission
but-
accomplished.
By the way, I have a Hermione cat Lego nearby. I think that's the closest approximation I have to a cat.
There you go.
Why does that even exist?
In the Harry Potter movies, she turns herself into a cat by accident.
You know that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not a diehard fan. I'm a fan, but not a diehard fan. I don't-
Fucking Millicent Bulstrode, man. I mean, you know, bitch gotta keep her robes clean. That's all I gotta say.
Well, we're going to have some fun here tonight. Of course, like I said, Mayhem Mania later in the show. We're going to have a bunch of people hopping in, and I think Ronnie's waking up. He might be logging on, too, here shortly, too. But in the meantime, please go check out everything at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Excuse me. Hit us up on that email address.
Good times.
Good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com, 412-206-WMS0. Tweet us at Mayhem Show, and of course the Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook page and group. A lot of great discussion happening over there. Also a lot of great discussion happening on the Wrestling Mayhem Show Discord. That is linked over at WrestlingMayhemShow.com, and over on the Wrestling Mayhem Show Reddit page. You can share some things and comment over there, and we can start up some discussion. And of course, we're live around about every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Facebook Live, on YouTube, on Twitch, and on Twitter itself now. However you would like to catch the streams, of course, a lot, and we got chat rooms up for all of those formats as well. There's just a lot of emoticons happening over on the YouTube right now. I don't entirely understand what's happening. Strips without clothing. What? Okay. But anyways, also thank you to our patron supporters at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. We just recorded something special because as we talked about last night, we discovered the WrestleUniverse.com page, and we've been watching some great DDT and Joshi wrestling. Well, I was just mostly watched dancing, I think, when I was pulling it up today. But Mike found a really interesting beach fight. I don't. What was it called? What was that show called again?
Oh God, I had it.
It was like called Special Encounter or something.
Special Encounters, I believe.
Yes, episode 1. And
and it was fighting with a live streamer.
yes, it was fighting with a live streamer. However that goes, some really interesting GoPro shots going on there.
Yeah, if you ever wanted to see what it would look like from a point of view of receiving a back body drop,
yes,
that's the show for you.
That's the show for you. And you guys are going to get that on Patreon here later this week, too. We recorded a little bit of our watch along with it over Zoom, at least. So,
All right, I think I'm going to have to watch this show called Ready, Set, Go, Merry Christmas. It's a Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling show.
We're going deep down the rabbit hole. Like, it's...
I may just put together a Lego set and watch one of these shows tonight.
This is already
that might be just like watch one until Book of Boba Fett comes on.
There you go. Oh yeah, that'd be tonight too. But anyways, thank you to our Patreon supporters. I was trying to get to that. Our friends of the fan of the show level, Bo Diggity, woo, as well as Ed Burke and Team Hammerfist at the Poppy Club level, Dave Ponder and Bobby F. J-Town at the Pizza Club level, Doc Remedy, Kyle Turner, and the Riz, and at the manager level, still hanging out there, is Bradley, of course. Remember,
the Buttman himself.
Remember, especially 'tis the season of Mayhem Mania, Patreon supporters get a special perks, including first dibs on Mayhem Mania picks, as well as the ongoing Patreon in the bank. Stay tuned. There's already been a little bit of correspondence. So keep an eye on your Patreon account for those. And also, and it's still out there. I think we still have a few slots. If you're catching us live and you're a Patreon supporter, DM me. You're through Patreon or however we usually converse. If you'd like to be a part of the Mayhem Mania picks this evening, I think we do still have a couple slots to fill out there. But you guys can support the show at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. So a lot of stuff going on. Again, last night we did kick off the Monday Mayhem Warriors again after a 2-week hiatus. Of course, a lot of it was our discovery of Wrestle Universe and DDT. That DDT Pro 20th anniversary show was something special on a lot of levels. And of course there was a pay-per-view this past weekend, and stuff happens on social media, Mike, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Stuff and things, some not great stuff.
So there's been a lot of explain what's going on. Like there was one thing you wanted to bring up at least briefly here.
Yeah. All right. Let me bring up the exact tweet.
So this is over. There was an article on, I can't remember what the website was.
I think it was Fightful.
It was a Fightful. So
yeah.
Big Swole was interviewed somewhere along the line and was kind of not happy with her time at AEW, right? And I remember she let go and said, this is, I need to do this for, I need to leave for me, and said some stuff straight in my head or something like that. I believe was the tone of her release, or when she didn't re-sign or whatever the case may have been, right?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, no, she was let go.
She was let go?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Because maybe she just spun it at the time, but
or like they didn't, or they just chose not to re-sign.
I felt like, and again, I could be wrong, but I felt like it was like a mutual leaving.
Oh yeah, I mean, given what she said, but yeah.
Yeah. So,
but so that article came out, and then Tony Kahn felt the need to personally respond publicly over Twitter. First of all, not the best strategy in the world.
No. Somewhere
you have someone's cell number. Just
somewhere in AEW and maybe just Tony Khan's personal professional circle, there's a PR person screaming into a pillow tonight.
Oh, probably has been for a whole week at this point.
Yeah, because it keeps coming.
Because this tweet dropped on New Year's Eve. So Tony responded that the top two AEW execs are Brown, me, and Mega. Jade, Bowens, Caster, Dante, Nyla, Isaiah, and Mark Quinn all won on TV this month. And the TBS title tournament has been very diverse. I let Swole's contract expire as I felt her wrestling wasn't good enough. Hashtag AEW Rampage, street fight tonight! Exclamation point.
The article with Fightful was talking about lack of diversity with AEW.
And it's something we've brought up too, like, just in general, like,
I feel like the first part of that tweet is great. Maybe not great, but was a good response. Okay, the first part.
But
saying,
if you look at the names he mentioned,
mm-hmm.
none of them are in storylines.
I can't remember.
Dante's the only one.
Okay.
That was in a storyline.
Okay.
Like, and I think that's the problem.
I think we can talk about that separately. But when he gets into the part where he then throws her under the bus then
completely.
plugs the show for that night.
Yeah. It's a triple threat of bad looks.
And it plugs the show tonight in a specific match that has no diversity in it. And he has doubled down. This is not the first time that he has gone off on a podcast or probably their own streams saying that his feelings were hurt.
Mark, excuse me. I'm sorry. Sorry, just a little cough.
It's just that's just really surprising.
He's the owner of a company.
Yeah, exactly.
No one gives a shit if your feelings were hurt, Tony.
Justin, you're making some noises over there.
Yeah, I'm on the opposite spectrum.
Okay.
I don't know. I agree. The owner should never respond. They just never, nothing, ever.
Not to that. Yeah.
No, especially not like that. But never. He should just be.
There should be a press release or something, right? Like at that level.
Exactly. But for what he said, I don't have a problem at all for what he said because of what she said. Like what she said, about the diversity and everything. There's no diversity and all that. This is such a fragile time that it's like you can accuse somebody of something and it could be really small, but the public could take it and run with it and it could completely destroy a company. I mean, something so small could be taken out of context by so many. And just so it's a weird situation. So yeah, he shouldn't have said she's not good, but at the same time, it's like it's a walk. You got to walk on eggshells when he talk about that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
And she felt that it wasn't diverse enough, but then he listed all these names, saying, "Well, here's this." So it's one opinion against another opinion.
But I mean, and this is just me. If you can list the diversity people that have won on your television show, on two hands, maybe she has a point.
Yeah, but I don't think he just did it off the whim. He probably, obviously, I think he thought about that text before he said it. It's not like if he said that in a conversation like you and me are having right now, and then he rambled them off, then it's like okay, but he probably had time to think at least before he put out that tweet.
Yeah. And this is back, and again, not listened to, and actually, it is Tina.
Yeah, Tina's putting the link in the chat. I'm gonna listen to it tomorrow.
So Tina's linking to the Swole's podcast, and says it's a good listen, and it's in the chat. It says about an hour. She breaks it down. He's taking quotes out of context as Tony hasn't listened to this podcast. Like
no, of course not.
I'm like everybody else. I think here's the other part of it, and everybody needs to remember, like I think if we all listen to her podcast, there would be like, oh, okay, there's a problem here, and maybe this isn't being addressed, right? We all just read the quotes from the Fightful article, which are sections and excerpts out of the podcast, because basically, I understand these websites have a person that just listens to podcasts and takes the most juicy bits out of it to throw a headline on and get some traction on it, right?
Of course, yeah.
So I would be really interested to listen that out. I'm going to put it in my listen queue as well to get both sides of the story here. But in response to that, at least and again, I think Tony's being too much of a wrestle fan in a lot of his responses, and I know, Mike, you have said maybe that's too much. I've said I've enjoyed it.
This is worse than Dixie Carter. No, say what you will. Say what you will. Dixie would never have responded publicly to someone's criticism like that.
Twitter,
because she had a bunch of criticism.
Oh yeah.
There was a lot of criticism thrown Dixie's way. She, at least from what I can remember, never ever responded publicly to that about a talent, especially throwing a talent under the bus.
It was a different era. I don't think everybody was quite as like. I don't know if she had an active Twitter account that she.
Oh,
would've-
she did.
She did.
She DM'd me once.
She DM'd you once.
Yeah.
Wait. Are you telling me Dixie Carter slid into your DMs, Mike?
Yes.
She asked for a dick pic, bro.
And Ronnie Starks is here. And that is
And
his.
that's how Ronnie kicks off 2022.
That's it. Ronnie's first line of 2022 is so Ronnie. Ronnie.
No, it was about something. I forget what it was. Maybe the location of a show or something like that.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
you gave her
But,
the
like-
location of the show, all right.
Yeah, the 69th parallel.
Ronnie, why can't I see you? Is your webcam on? What's happening over there? Oh, there you are. Hello.
Hi, hello, everyone.
Hey, I put you in the intro. You better show up for the shows.
Dude, I fell asleep. I'm so sorry.
And you sound great with the new headset.
I love it. I love it very much. It took me like 5 minutes to set up.
There you go. There you go. Now, everybody has a better headset than I do. Mine is like literally falling apart here. So, because I keep sending them to you guys. So.
Well, to
Time
be
to
fair,
treat
I
yourself.
had mine for 15 years.
Yes,
so.
yes. Everybody was due. Everybody was due. This is
Damn,
your
Sorg, invest into the company a little bit.
Dude,
Jeez.
I'm about to go over to Matt Carlin's house and rewire his internet after last night. Like I am seriously about to go and do some IT work on the Carlin's household. So, because I'm just like, he's like, I got to do down here. The kids are away, and and it's like, yes, but we need to get internet there because it's too. So, anyways, where were we? Ronnie, I don't know if you caught some of the conversation before. We're catching up with the Big Swole and Tony Kahn situation. Hey, those were the sounds Idol was making earlier.
Oh boy, I love AEW, but man, Tony Khan's a fucking idiot.
Yeah. In this case, I agree. Yes.
Yeah, he
So-
like it's extremely like Bush League.
Yeah, it's like
It is.
just
Like,
keep your mouth shut and just roll the
And
fuck.
like if you want to say, like you said, Sorg, if you just kept at the who won this past month, I still wouldn't have liked it. But okay, I get it. But then he threw her under the bus. Then he promoted the show.
Yeah. Because he's like, I
And
gotta
by
get
the
everything
way,
in.
the match he promoted, 4 white women.
Yeah, I was gonna say the least diverse match.
Oh no,
on
I'm
the
sorry.
show.
I'm sorry. Take
See, I just would've threw her under the bus.
was in there too. I'm sorry. My bad. I forgot who it was between for a second. But like the match he promoted, not exactly the most diverse match. on the
Idol,
show.
what were you saying over there?
I said that I would have just thrown her out under the bus and left it at that. But that's how I roll.
So was she the first release?
I think her contract expired.
It expired, and as I was saying, I thought she put a letter about how she was kind of getting her stuff right and everything too, and it was good for her mindset and everything. I believe was at the time.
Do we know where she's going?
I don't think there's been anything about where she's been going.
No, I would. Would it shock me to see her in the Rumble?
I thought I felt like she was taking time out because I felt like she was in a mental like fixing things thing. Also, I do believe does she have kids with Cedric Alexander? Like I know they're married and such.
I don't know.
Yeah, so there's that too. So
I don't know, but would it shock me to see her in the Rumble, especially in a Rumble where it looks like they're gonna be stressed to find 30 women?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't think that we're gonna see random indie darlings in that Rumble.
Why
out of
not?
Nowhere. Because
AJ Styles debuted in the Rumble.
Yeah, but that's before we chucked everybody out the window for NXT 2.0.
But
I mean,
So there's-
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
There's a whole philosophy
I don't know
change.
if they have 30 women on the
Yeah,
roster.
so I think
They definitely don't.
we're gonna dig up a lot of divas is what we're gonna do. Might even see some of the Bud Light girls from the HLA days of Bischoff,
Miller Lite Catfight girls?
The Cat Miller Lite was it Miller Lite Catfight girls? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, I pulled up that WrestleMania. I'm like, what are we doing here? Jeez, these were they weren't the darkest ages of women's wrestling in WWE, but they were not.
It was pretty close.
It was not terribly bright back then.
pretty close.
It was not that great. But anyways, so But yeah, and again, just there have been plenty of current AEW people talking about the opportunities they've had and everything from the I didn't know the Captain Sean Dean was apparently the extras coordinator. So and I don't know about the top, but I from what I can tell, I feel like there's a lot of diversity when I'm watching, what's on the come up and on the dark and elevation shows for sure. So how that translates, how that comes up, I mean, I think we talked about this very issue of diversity on their last pay-per-view, right? If you look at that card, and I think that is something. But I'm hoping between the Dantes and the Lees, that's going to change more. I think Powerhouse Hobbs is going to have a lot more screen time in the near future as well. So I think I think lots of companies are working on this very thing, and but Tony needs to shut the hell up. That's for sure. That's for damn sure.
Powerhouse Hobbs, is he like a larger rock?
You say a larger rock?
Yeah, Hobbs and Shaw. Classic. No.
No.
I see what you did there.
No, but he is more.
nothing.
He was feuded with, and I think him. I think him more comparable to Brian Cage. So,
that's accurate.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead.
So Sorg, I did a little bit of research real quick.
Okay.
There are more active women on the NXT roster than almost on Raw and SmackDown combined.
Wow. So you're saying there's going to be some you think there's going to be some hot NXT representation?
I counted all the active wrestlers on Raw, plus Sonya Deville on Raw and SmackDown, and took out both champions and got 19 women.
Maybe they'll fill it with some lady jackasses, since we got Johnny Knoxville in the Royal Rumble.
I don't think there was any lady jack.
Or as we I don't know if we considered this last night or during the show, the pay-per-view, that maybe Johnny Knoxville would join the women's Royal Rumble. Jeez. Battle Royal Rumble, whatever.
God.
And go full Andy Kaufman on us.
The last thing we need is another man in the women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that's probably not great.
Literally the last thing in the world we need.
Maybe he tries to, and they reject it, and then he goes face-to-face with, damn it, I just thought of 3 guys in a row that are no longer with the company.
Yep.
First thing I said was Braun Strowman. I'm like, no, he's not there anymore. Then I'm like, Elias. No, he's not. He's just, I don't know where.
No one knows where Elias. He's dead. He's dead, apparently.
He's apparently dead. He's dead. I still wear his shirt in solidarity that one day
Rip
Elias will.
He's drifting.
He's drifting somewhere.
He's drifting.
He's lost in the multiverse.
I wish, I wish there was news that Elias had took his show on the road. Like Jericho will disappear and get killed off of AEW for 3 weeks, and we find out he's been touring England, right? With Fozzy. Like I wish for Elias that was the story, right? I mean, this guy has been on iTunes, everywhere. I've listened to it on everything I subscribe to help out. And like what I guess he's performed on shows, but I don't know. John Cena went on a short tour when that album came out. I think he played Cleveland. I don't think he played much, but I think he played Cleveland at some club or something. Probably the same place AIW performs up there. So, what the hell? Potter did not get the notification, so he's late getting in. Everybody's late getting in today, guys. So, but anyways, let's go take a break real quick. Hey guys, let's give a shout out. Hey, we got our guest tonight, Justin Idol, and you can see him in action over at IndyWrestling.us. A lot of matches you're involved with and moments over the years are up there. Actually, we got some pretty long history for you including an old tag team that I don't think we can say these days in 2022.
No, you cannot.
No, you can't.
Especially not when it's recording. Yeah, we can't do that.
No. But I mean, if you dig at it and know where to look, you can see a lot of fun stuff back there. A lot of great matches. As far as that, IndyWrestling.us, where you can see the most recent stuff with Renegade Wrestling Alliance. And of course, our friends with Prospect Pro Wrestling, Rise Wrestling with a Y, and everybody else we've worked with over the years, including and of course coming to IndyWrestling.us. Actually, if you're already on our Vimeo page, we have several of the events from our friends at Warrior Wrestling. By the way, shout out to watch Wrestle Kingdom last night, and it was really cool. I got to do production on the Warrior Wrestling where Will Ospreay won the Warrior Wrestling Championship. And he wore it out in his belt collection the first night of Wrestle Kingdom, and that was really cool to see that to come to fruition. And he said in the promo he was going to wear the belt out to the Tokyo Dome, so it was cool to see that happen. I was watching everybody in Chicago freaking out over that. And there's actually an article about it over on Wrestling Inc., I believe, has that article about Warrior Wrestling and bringing that top indie title to the Tokyo Dome along with the rest of his collection. Of course, a lot of we're working with some groups. Revenge Pro is coming back in February. That will be up. Of course, we'll be producing that for VOD as well. And the brand new VCW Victory Championship Wrestling out of West Virginia. And of course, our old friends Pro Wrestling Conquest, who's got a big show next Friday, actually, going on with Scott Steiner and Fandango. What is he, Dirty Dango these days? Are going to be a part of that. So looking forward to all that action. Wrestling is really, really ramping up here in 2022. And part of that, Justin Idol, I know you are a part of that, although your screen went away, and I see, I'm actually going to show this for a second. Just some George Emerald Steel and Freddie Blassie. Is that your school photo or?
That's not Justin.
Oh, who is that?
That is
What?
Mr. the Shad.
Oh, that's somebody else. So okay.
What?
We'll get to him in a moment. But Justin,
I'm right here.
a lot of stuff happening at RWA, of course. I know you were a part of that big incident a couple of months ago. We had the Rev on, and actually, now I'm thinking about it. You were called out when the Rev was on after the last RWA show.
Was I? Oh, yeah, that's right. I was accused of hiding under the ring.
Yes. For those who don't remember, after the last RWA show was in November, they weren't able to have a December show after all the calamity that happened after the J-Rock and O'Shea Edwards match, and everything just kind of fell apart after that for the most part, right? So you were out there in the brawl. I saw you going at Great Alexander for a little bit, and then we did find video evidence shortly after that of you. And I love there was like an illustration. I forget who did it, like circling you with your head outside, peeking out from under the skirt, if you will. And I mean, so what is your side of the story there?
I think the quality of that video is terrible.
It was a fan cam.
2020, yeah, it's terrible. They were using their flip phone. It was horrible.
No, that's the promoter.
Okay, for those of you that don't know, flip phones, they go like this, and then you talk on them. But you can't do any of the fun stuff like look on the internet. It's just a phone. And they had a camera. It was terrible. But yeah, no, that doesn't even look like it. It's all distorted and everything. No, that's ridiculous.
Who could have it been? Who could have it been on that roster?
I have no idea. It was probably Jacob Edwin. That's who it was. It had to have been Jacob Edwin.
I will say, I believe you, Justin.
Thank you.
Because that guy, he pretends to be a professor, and he's not. So I could absolutely see him hiding under a ring skirt.
Exactly.
He's a phony. He's a big fat phony.
That's true.
I want to see his certificate, his teaching certificate, or whatever they get. I don't.
Justin, I've asked repeatedly.
Yeah.
Repeatedly, I ran that man off the show.
Yes. Oh, yes. That's right. He did a segment with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, exactly. You know how kind of character he is. And it was probably Jacob Edwin. It definitely was not me. Rev, what an idiot. Yeah, Rev and me, we don't get along really well. But you know, So anyway, but I was fined actually because of like a few of us got fined for damaging the building. Someone damaged some of your equipment, huh, Sword? Who
Yeah,
was that?
yeah, I wasn't happy about that. I got J-Rock was throwing around some of our headsets, and I had to take care of that. Still waiting on the bill, the response to the bill for that one. So I'm hoping we don't have another Bobby Fish situation here.
Right,
So.
yeah, Tad Jarvis, I think, threw one of your speakers.
Yes, yes.
But then I got accused of damaging some of the chairs, and because I don't know, I think it's just because they caught certain guys doing certain things on camera, and we just happen to be the scapegoats. Like, someone's got to go down for it. Here's these particular guys doing these heinous things, so we're gonna punish them. I mean, I guess I understand the point. It sucks, but I'll pay the fine and all. But whatever, you know. It's whatever. As long as the Rev got fined too, that's all I care about. I can't believe he broke the concession stand. All those people in West Newton, where are they going to get their chips now? Their chips and soda. How are they going to eat? I mean,
yeah, the Orion Edmonds Memorial concession stand. And again, to reiterate, so there was a big 3-man suplex happening on there, and it was a giant oak table. And I did find footage. I was actually tuned into the live stream over at the IndyWrestling.us YouTube page, where we show a lot of old shows. And I saw like Dennis Gregory and I think Ryan Mitchell fighting, and one of them gets suplexed on like the other table by the entrance, which is basically like the same kind of big oak thing. And I'm like, that thing didn't budge. Okay, and that those guys broke that one, and they didn't like bust it. It just went like that, like it just moved, right? It's just not as structurally sound as it used to be. I have a feeling it's completely usable, right? I'm sure somebody's grandma made that 20 years ago, 50 years ago, whatever.
I don't know. It was posted on the RWA page recently. There was a video, the Rev's apology video.
Oh, I haven't seen this yet.
Yeah, what is this?
Is he the only one that'll apologize? Because I'm pretty sure both O'Shea and J-Rock are like both F this.
No, yeah, I don't know. They asked me to, and I might, but I don't know, just to save face, you know. But yeah, but the Rev obviously is the first one, Mr. Rev. I'm not gonna say it. No. I think he's a phony. I've been saying it for years. On this show, I've said it on other promotions. I don't know.
Well, so you're really involved with RWA, of course, and I got to talk about a little bit about, because I know working with you with previous with Fight Underground, and I know you're working on some other projects. I want to point out like the appreciation for how much you have gotten into content creation around pro wrestling. I mean, you are what are you, a 20+ year vet in the business here?
23 years.
23 years.
Yeah.
And
month. No, on the 10th of this month.
And I know we've had a lot of conversations over the last couple of years here about things like you've really like between the videos, between the social media, like you've really kind of taken and latched onto a lot of these. Can you tell a little about, like, it's kind of a little bit of a wrestling media renaissance for you, it seems.
Yeah. I'm getting older in the business, and it's kind of my way to stay, you know, in the business, you know. Like, obviously I can get bookings and everything, but my body's getting older, you know. I'm getting older, my body's getting much older, and and I have a passion for, you know, content creation. Obviously, like you do, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And it's not at the level of you, obviously, but it's something I've always had a passion about doing. And now that my wrestling is slowing down, my bookings are slowing down, gives me more time to focus on this. And kind of like a hobby and everything. Also gives you a little bit of a break too, because I can do some graphics, you know, and now you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff, you know. I like doing it. It's kind of like a hobby, you know. It's more like a hobby. I actually have a lot of hobbies. That, and I also do thrifting, you know, things like that. So there's a lot more time opening up because I've been taking a lot less bookings, but it's definitely a passion project, that's for sure.
So of course we know, you know, friends of ours in the business. Like Lee Moriarty, I know he's a guy that I don't know if he went to school for it, but he was really big into graphic design and video and was learning stuff. And I was like, I remember one time I talked to him, he's like, yeah, I'm doing all my videos in After Effects, and I'm like, why do you hate yourself? Because he was doing just video editing in it, and that's, if you know, it's not the easiest to just do video editing in like he was doing, and he was doing some really great stuff. so what from what you've learned, what do you see as the value of kind of media creation for the up and comers in wrestling right now?
Before I get to that, Lee is actually the one who designed my One Cool Cat logo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I paid him for it and everything. He wanted to do it with, he's just such a nice guy, and he's like, no, don't worry about it. And I'm like, no, I absolutely are going to pay you for it because he did a service.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone should do that, especially for a friend. You should always want to pay a friend. Try to help them out. Like it's like supporting small business. Well, Lee's now big business now. So,
yes, he is. Now we're all asking Lee for loans.
Right? Yeah, but I definitely with all the apps that are out there and free versions, you should absolutely, learn how to use these apps, these video editing software, everything. Go on YouTube, take a free class. No, it's not a class, but watch tutorials. That's probably the better word. You absolutely should, because this is the age of social media. You should always be, you're only as good as you make yourself look. No one's going to do it for you. So I would take advantage of everything and anything you can. Like my basement, at 23 years in, at 40 years old, I have a green screen in my basement just against one wall, and the great thing about my basement is I have like 8 walls down there. So I only have one wall taken up. So it's not that bad, I think a lot of people could spare one wall. There's nothing I hate more than seeing someone cut a promo in front of like a bookshelf, with, the Twilight Saga hanging out behind them, the kitty litter box over their left shoulder, it's kind of like, whoa, wow, okay, this is some serious stuff right here, But yeah, I believe you should definitely take advantage of these situations. They're not hard to learn. The simple software, the simple apps, they're very easy to learn. But yeah, everyone should take advantage of it. Everyone should be doing it. It should be part of the training.
I think it's part of that, because I know one big thing we talk about is we have Riz is in the chat on the Twitch page saying iPhone vertical car phone video promos. So yeah, I had to send a little note to somebody that kept sending me vertical videos. I'm like, hey, can we turn the phone the other way? Like, I can work around it, but so it's like most will figure that out these days. It's like, hey, this is for TikTok or it's not, which is funny because then I end up putting them on TikTok anyways. It's actually funny you should say that. So we're actually, I was going to do it over the holiday, but I got a little busy. We're actually going to do, I'm going to do a video tutorial, because everybody's got one of these, right? iPhone, Android, whatever. I think you're an Android person, right? So
I am, yes.
So
Android for life.
You all, even if you have an iPhone and it has the most recent OS, if you got an Android and video quality can be a little bit weird every once in a while, but like you have everything you need right here to do things. So we're looking like, make your own GIFs, make your own clips, make your own highlight videos right on like free stuff on the phone for the most part, or cheap. Like there's not too many apps that you need that would be more than $10. So
yeah, I recommend Kahn Master. That's the one I use a lot when I'm on my cell phone. Kahn Master, Kine Master, and I pay it's like $20 a year. And
I've seen that with the watermark for the people that haven't paid it.
Yeah, I'm like, it's $20 a year.
I'm like,
are you
bro,
kidding me?
Like, bro,
invest in yourself.
Throw it. Yes, and it's not even like it's not like dropping hundreds of dollars to get T-shirts for the table, right? It's $20 for a year. And something that you're going to use and learn and create. And even that, like iMovie, at least on the iPhone side, right? Adobe Rush, things like that are really easy to pick up and do the most minimal thing to get you going. And then you'll learn the next thing, and then you learn the next thing. It's the baby steps. What's the little things that you can do, right? So with that, I also so I wanted to dip a little bit into you're also doing Dungeons and Dragons. I think we're I know we had a cancellation in the last month because somebody had got sick, so we wanted to make sure everybody's safe and everything, especially around the holidays. I feel like everybody on Awesome Cast, like half the people on Awesome Cast apparently got sick over the holidays. So it's so everybody be careful out there. But you've been working with D&D. This has been another. I'm guessing this is another one of your hobbies too. Working with us, coming in here doing Top Rope Tabletop with Keith Hott as the Dungeon Master, and of course Tatiana, Tyler Klein, and a few more. Tell us a little bit about that. I think we've had you on there talking about it before. But why does that make so much sense, and why should people check it out later in the month when we finally get this date confirmed?
Well, I mean, Dungeons and Dragons goes with wrestling just like video games goes with wrestling. It's just, we're all big bunch of nerds, nerds, I don't know. Yes, Dungeons, I don't know. If you've never played Dungeons and Dragons, it's something that it's essentially it's just another form of entertainment. Wrestlers are going out there. The Undertaker, I'm sorry to break this to you people, is not really dead. I know it's tough. I know it comes as a shock. I know. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. He's just a man acting dead. Near the end of his career, I don't even know if he considers himself a dead man anymore.
You gotta keep face, brother. Can't tell people that shit.
I know. But, it's just like Dungeons and Dragons is the same thing. Going out there and you're playing a character, But this time with Top Rope Tabletop, as you guessed it, it's with a lot of wrestlers, a lot of local indie wrestlers. They go out there and we're playing Dungeons and Dragons. Keith Hott is our dungeon master, or the storyteller. This is the best way probably to put it, the simplest way to put it. And the members of the actual game are Tyler Klein. Let's see, Gideon. Gideon. What's his the Bard?
Tony Kincaid.
Yeah, Tony Kincaid. I've been calling him Bard for so long, my mind just drew a blank. I just call him Bard. Myself, Tatiana, and Brohemoth. And occasionally we'll have a guest, or we've been trying to have guests, but things have been coming up and have prevented that. And it's been difficult with COVID and everything, but it's definitely very entertaining. It's just like watching a Mayhem show. There's a lot of jokes being cracked, little inside jokes, a lot of sexual innuendos, Ronnie, things like that. It's a good time. You should definitely turn into it at least once, just so you can decide and make an educated guess if you like it or not.
You had me at sexual innuendos.
See, there you go.
I mean, you heard how he came into the show, right? I mean,
exactly.
Come on. So, but anyways, no. So look at it's Top Rope Tabletop. What's been the biggest surprise for you with Top Rope Tabletop so far?
Man,
other than scheduling being so hard.
Yeah, I'm surprised at how much I genuinely like it. This is my first time playing Dungeons and Dragons. I've done role playing before. I've done tabletop games before. Cyberpunk was what I used to play back in the day. But this is my first time playing Dungeons and Dragons. It took some getting used to, but I'm actually just surprised at how much I genuinely like it. And you hear and see a lot of celebrities play this. I mean, the Big Show, he plays. A lot of wrestlers play. A lot of actors play. I think the biggest shock for me was I didn't think that I'd be into it as much as I truly am. Who was it? I was having an argument with someone about the girl I was dating. I was talking to her, saying how I'm a nerd. She's like, "No, you're not." I was like, "Yeah, I am." She's like, "You're not a nerd. You look, you're cute, and you're not a nerd." And I said something. She said, "You're not a nerd again." And finally, I was just like, "I play Dungeons and Dragons." And she was like, "Okay, you're a nerd." And I wear that with a badge of honor. I love it, because it's genuinely fun. It's such a good time. Everyone should be playing it.
Absolutely. I'll let you know that I did, while I was going through some stuff in the house the other day, came across my Vampire Dark Ages book. So I'm just going to throw that out there. So if anybody else knows how to DM that stuff, I'm familiar. It's probably the longest campaign I ever worked on. Was that one more than Dungeons and Dragons? I've only dropped into Dungeons and Dragons here and there. So yeah.
Is that one of the campaigns?
No, it's a whole other thing. There's a vampire stuff. I don't know if probably more popular is Vampire the Masquerade. I think is a kind of spin-off of that. So, yeah, it was kind of fun. It was kind of fun. And our DM at the time was really good with voices. So
Mhm.
we still pop some jokes from back then.
I would like to try. I would like to try DMing. I think I could be good storytelling
be good.
at storytelling.
I s-
Keith is just fantastic,
I
but
s-
I would like to give it a shot.
I still want to do the wrestling RPG that we had the I have digital copies of it, and we had the maker of it. And he does several RPG games, several years ago. So and I think he did a session with us too on Google Hangout. I think that we played. That was a lot of fun. So, but that was kind of the idea which came into that. We're starting to have this conversation because I always wanted to get wrestlers together to do the wrestling RPG and see how that came out under that system, right? So. And Riz is confirming in the Twitch chat. He's like, yes, we did do that. So it's over. It's over on the YouTube somewhere.
Extreme Warfare Revenge?
No, I will have to look it up and tell you what the name is.
It was years ago.
Yeah, it was years ago.
I was gonna say I was jealous because I wanted to be a part of it, but I wasn't. Had to kind of be there.
That's how long. Well, no, you did. We did over Google Hangout.
Maybe I was working then or something.
Yeah, I think you were working or something. I think that was the.
Actually, yeah, it's probably so long ago where I was working my night job.
The hiatus era of Mad Mike on the show, right? So.
And for some people, those are the best times.
Especially Dixie Carter. It was.
We should start a EFED and have everybody role play.
Oh my God.
That's been
fun.
thrown around for quite a while.
That's a you guys project. I don't got the bandwidth for that one.
I haven't EFED'd in a long time.
Jeez, I'm looking in my Google Drive to see.
Ronnie, I gotta send you some of my old EFED stuff.
I'll find mine and send it to you too.
I have merch from my EFEDing character.
I do too.
On that note, Justin Idol, one cool cat on all social media, or one cool cat forever. I think on a couple of them too. Is that right?
Yeah, most of it now is all because I think that's another thing. Wrestlers out there, you should try to get your handles all the same, as close as possible to being the same.
Yes.
It's very frustrating when you have multiple. Yeah, but it's one cool cat forever on Facebook and Instagram, and that's one cool cat forever because Twitter wouldn't let me have any more letters. So on Twitter, yeah.
There you go. And of course, you're going to be a part of, I believe, of the is it the 13th anniversary of Renegade Wrestling Alliance coming up here on January 22nd in West Newton, Pennsylvania.
Yes, I will be there. I don't know if I'm booked on the show. I think that's kind of one of my punishments. So
okay.
I don't know for sure. I've been in talks with Derek, and I might be being punished, but I will be there, but I may not have a match. I don't know. It's still up in the air. We'll see what happens.
By the way, I just to follow up on our conversation earlier, I did find that RPG. If you go to WrestlingMayhemShow.com and you look, actually, if you just type in RPG, so, you'll find Worldwide Wrestling, the role-playing game. We have an interview with Nathan Paoletta that put the game together. And then we have a Let's Play Worldwide Wrestling, and it's a role-playing game session we did with Nathan actually DMing his own game. So it's from February of 2016, and we interviewed him November of 2015. And there's been an expansion pack since, I believe. I think I got it off of Kickstarter, actually. And you can check that out at ndpdesign.com. Let's make sure that domain still works.
2016.
2016, yeah.
Yeah, that's.
You're trying to figure out where you were?
That's definitely several jobs ago.
Yes. Oh my God, that was 8 years.
I actually thought it would have been longer. When you were talking about it, I thought it was going to be longer than that.
Yeah, I thought it was too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the last 2 years feel like a decade. So
that's fair.
I mean,
That's
really.
fair.
I mean, really.
Yes,
And yeah, they
true.
do. They actually have a second edition you can get. Love it. So with that, I want to give a shout out to our friends. If you guys were here, if I know Justin, you had some kid emergencies you had to deal with this week, so you couldn't join us in person. But if you do, you'll have to take a rain check. Maybe you can just drop in for the goodies one of these weeks. Our good friends at Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. New York City style, Yinzer made, Beachview, Carnegie, East End, North Hills. It doesn't matter to you if you're not in Pittsburgh. Sorry, Tina. Sorry, Alex's. Sorry, Brandon. But like we always say with wrestling, like we would like you to support independent wrestling. We would also like you to support your local independent pizza place when you're watching those pay-per-views and such. So thank you to our friends who have been supporting us for about a decade now with the show, with the pizza. Keep making sure we don't have to scavenge for you know what we did was so bad. You know what we did before Slice on Broadway? You know the
depravity.
The depravity of going and getting $5 pizzas hot and ready at Little Caesars to try to feed the people. And doing that every day after work because I had a day job then. So
I feel like when I was in Pittsburgh to watch that one Money in the Bank, did we have Slice or did we resort to Domino's?
We did resort to Domino's.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't know. Sometimes
it was a while back, but
sometimes the Slice on Broadway schedule does not line up with pay-per-view schedules, and we've had to do something else. Unfortunately, and I don't know when was that at Lunchbox's house? I remember at Domino's over there, but anyways.
No, it was at an office.
Yeah, it was at an office.
Yeah, like an office space.
Office space. Oh, did we go to Work Hard?
Yes.
I don't think they would have delivered over there. Was probably the problem there. It was like Domino's was the local pizza place or something.
That was probably it. Then.
Sucked so bad. I'm so glad we have Slice. So glad we have Slice.
I'm glad I've gotten to eat Slice within the past 6 months.
You have, because we trucked it up there to Beacon, New York, and
great.
Rewarmed well after 6 hours in a car. So plus whatever.
If I decide not to sleep in next week, I can have Slice on Tuesday.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean there you go. There's motivation for you, Ronnie.
There you go. Excellent. Riz is like shouting in the Twitch. He's like, now you can order it anywhere with Grubhub. Yes, at least the outer.
I don't know if I could order it.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work there.
I'm gonna check, but I doubt.
Order an Uber to bring one to you.
I dare you to try.
There you go.
Grubhub.
Jeez. Guys, we gotta get set up. We got a whole bunch of people in waiting, including the return of Chad the Shat, who is now presiding over Mayhem Mania indefinitely. We're going to talk about that when we come back and so much more. Be a little bit of extended break for you guys on the video side as we get things set up and we grease up the wheel. I don't think we need it tonight. I don't think we have a space gel yet. But that tip is going to be massive, says the Riz. So
you'll need that. You'll need that jail.
No, you'll need that jail. There he is. The ominous voice. What the hell? You're Splinter now? What is happening over here? There he is. You haven't shaved over the break, I see. So we'll be right back after these words.
What's up? It's the Gigabyte Grizzly Brohema, and this is a messed up time we live in, so I need you all to do me a favor. Wear your mask. Like this, not like this, or like this, or like this, like this. Wear your mask. It's for your safety and mine. Because if I see you without one, I'm going to pump kick a mask onto your face. Got it?
For a foot or an inch, yeah, I fight for you all. Is the truth and I'm in, yeah, I fight for referee breath.
The world of pro wrestling, it's bigger than ever. So how can you possibly keep up with everything that's happening? Just pro wrestling news. Don't fear falling behind. Give us just 5 minutes every morning and we'll catch you up on the biggest news in the world of pro wrestling. No filler, no rumors, no spoilers, no pop-ups. Just pro wrestling news. Subscribe on your favorite podcast app or tell your smart speaker to play the Just Pro Wrestling News podcast. Find out more. Go to justprowrestlingnews.com.
Savon's Legendary Podcast.
Shut up, the Grind TV Network on Roku.
Grind City. And you know this, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's like right place, right time, out of nowhere.
So what you saying?
Former tag team partner coming to save.
Tony Johnson, we saw him battle Edric earlier. But this is a 2-on-1 mugging.
That's right, it is Mayhem Mania time, baby! And we are here. We have some fun contestants here, but first of all, let's introduce the new, I can't remember a word. The new
Master of Ceremonies?
Master of Mayhem, the Major of Mania. He is your friend and mine, Chad the freaking Shat. Is with us. Chad, how you doing?
Goody, I'm doing quite well. I am. I'm very happy to be able to take over these very important duties. Matt's given me a lot of carte blanche to do as I see please to run Mayhem Mania this year. We'll see what happens. I'm sure it's going to be wild and wonderful.
First of all, yeah, say Matt had some other obligations he's got going on, also in the wrestling world, amazingly. So that's how good the Mayhemers flourish, and it's great. When they're not here, it's usually for really good wrestle reasons. And
I have experience in hosting this show before. So he was he came to me and I said, of course.
And if I remember, you did a sparkling job last time, Chad.
Yes.
Oh, the sucking up begins.
Nobody likes an ass kisser, bro.
Everyone loves an ass kisser.
So
that's patently untrue.
Chad, for the uninitiated, including some people that are on this call right now, and some of the listeners out there, what is Mayhem Mania? And please run down who our contestants are when you're done with that.
All right. Mayhem Mania is what we do every year. We bring together fans, wrestlers, and other folks. Our goal is to construct the best WrestleMania card that's currently possible. Now, this year we are doing 2 nights. Night 1 is a 6-match card, WWE participants only. Night 2 is a 6-match card of non-WWE personnel. So they can be anywhere. I believe Matt referred to it as opening the forbidden door to night 2. Everyone under a WWE contract is eligible to use for night 1, as those are within the orbit of WWE's influence, as if Vince McMahon could pick up a phone, make a call, and get somebody on the card. So that's how you would book the WWE night. Night 2 is, that's pretty easy. Anybody that Vince McMahon can't call himself to get, hey pal, you want to be on WrestleMania? They would have other obligations, therefore they would meet the criteria of night 2.
He'd have to go golfing with Tony Khan or Dixie Carter or something, right?
Yes, possibly.
I'm working on the visuals
handshakes to other organizations and such. Yes. Okay. We have 6 participants for this evening. I'll let you go ahead and introduce yourselves, because you're always better introducing yourself than rather have somebody else introduce them. And I have asked each individual to give me 2 wrestlers. Doesn't matter if they're WWE or non-WWE. Do you want to shoot those off to me after your introductions, and then we can begin this match?
Hi, Riz here from Riz Plays Games. I have a question for the new leader and master
Point
of
of
the world.
order. Point of
Christopher, yes, go.
For these 2 participants that were messaging you, do they have to be one of each, or can they be?
No, your discretion. You just give me 2, and they will have a special job that me and Matt have come up with.
Okay, there we go.
All right. Well, since I was already here, hi, Mad Mike.
You can shoot them off. Actually, you can go ahead and say them.
Yeah, I'm excited to participate in this competitive thought experiment.
Yes, competitive.
Yes.
Sure.
My 2 wrestlers are going to be Sunny Kiss and Asuka.
For those still yet to introduce themselves, it is not required for you to suck up to the Master of Mayhemdom.
No, I just wanted to make sure we got the term.
It is encouraged.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure we got the term competitive thought experiment.
So it has to be public, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Cassie Lee and Jesse McCann.
Okay, so we have Riz.
You.
We have Mad Mike.
Oh, Riz chose violence already.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Ronnie. I am not an ass kisser. That's not my style.
Nope.
I like that.
I also like long walks on the beach and dogs.
What is that?
And napping.
And apparently napping for 4 hours and almost forgetting to come on a show that I do every week. My 2 choices are Miro and Darby Allin.
Right. All right. Next up.
Come on, one of you guys unmute.
I will go. I
we go.
was already here. I'm Justin. Hi. Just say hi, Justin.
Hi, Justin.
Hi, Justin.
Oh, yes.
Pal, an old pal, Justin Idol.
Yay. Can I do a tag team?
I mean,
yes, but it would only be 1 pick. It would take both your picks, but you could do a tag team.
All right, the Lucha Bros.
All right.
Okay.
We have 2
I'll
remaining.
go next. Yep, I'll go next. Dave Podner. And I'll go people with because it could be anyone. I'll go people with a local connection. I'll go Commander Sterling and Ziggy Heim.
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent.
I can respect both of those. Hi, I'm Alex. I do stuff and things. And my picks that I'm sending over to you are slightly local to you guys. I'm gonna go with Avery Good, professional wrestler, and Ultramantis Black.
Isn't he going by something else now?
Oh no, he's Avery Good.
Yeah, he's Avery Good. He's Avery Good now. That's
very good.
Okay.
Yeah, Avery Good.
And by the way, OccupyProWrestling.com and check the merch out that he's wearing.
Yeah, stuff and things. Sorry.
Yes.
And what was the last pick? Just so I make sure I got it right.
The last pick was Ultramantis Black.
Ultramantis Black. Alrighty.
All right.
So those are our contestants, and those are the picks. Now, every person here on this list that everybody has picked, those wrestlers will start the game in space jail.
Oh,
shit.
Thank you.
Riz, I
Space
hate
jail.
you.
Son of a bitch.
Oh,
Space
the
jail
wheel
is
is
a place.
the wheel
We're
is
back.
full. Look at
So
that.
you cannot pick wrestlers that are in space jail for. And my cat's attacking me. That are in space jail. You cannot book them for a match unless they get out of space
We
jail at a
are
later date.
back
Very-
where we started.
A very special
With-
minimum security space jail.
Riz, I'm glad
Very
you lost
special
in fantasy
minimum
football
security
this week.
jail. Lots of people
I am
escape,
too.
especially Ric Flair. I believe Randy Orton's escaped.
I
many
am too.
times.
That because you know who I lost to? Chad.
Yes.
Well, if there's anyone great and devious enough to slip out of space jail, it's Ultramantis Black. So
That's true.
we'll just see how
So-
the game goes.
I'll run this down on space, not on space jail, in space jail. Though sometimes it seems like they're on space jail. Easily they leave. Cassie Lee, Jesse McKay,
Sure,
Sonny
start with
Kiss,
Yep.
Asuka, Miro, Darby Allin, the Lucha Brothers, Commander Sterling, Ziggy Haim, Avery Good, and Ultra Mantis Black.
Nice. Nice.
So this
I-
year we
I-
are starting with some members of Space Jail already occupying Space Jail for everybody. And then, of course, we'll give you a little more opportunities this year to potentially free them, book them, put them back in, et cetera, et cetera. There was a lot of spaces on that wheel, and I couldn't let it this year go by without really giving some oomph to it. So,
I was gonna say, are we gonna have a spin?
not today.
Okay.
No,
No.
Riz.
No.
You're not letting somebody out on day one. Not on
Good.
my watch. So,
Yeah, because day one was Saturday.
Yeah, that was Saturday. That was...
exactly.
I wish I could switch my pick.
Sorry.
I wish I could. I know. No. Riz chose violence, so now I have a mission.
So we will now randomly pick. I'll see who wants to book their match first. I'm gonna go. We're gonna book. Let's just do WWE first. That way, it's not. It's very streamlined. We'll fill WWE matches first. That'll give you time to think about night two when we come back around, because night two is a little more wide open than the first night with just WWE people. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pick Dave Podner. You had go
Okay.
first.
Thank you. So, we all heard recently, the big thing was Big E liking big beefy men, and the thing is, the men will have enough. So I'm going for big, strong women. So I'm going to book, because she's back, Beth Phoenix.
Okay.
Versus Bianca.
Ooh, I like
versus Rhea. Versus Raquel Gonzalez.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Not bad. That's how we kick this off. Nice, good fatal four-way match here.
Should I have a timer on this?
Yeah, everybody seems to be going pretty quick though. So if you go too long, I'll just. Well, Dave did an excellent job. Sorry, yeah, you can put the timer up just to stay with the rules that we do have, I guess.
All right, I got
Go ahead. Number 2 here. Let's do Ronnie.
All right, first tag match. I'm going to do Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus the Usos.
Ooh, I like it.
All right, Sammy and Kevin versus Usos. Day one-ish. All right, so let's go with pick number 3 for WWE Night. We'll go to Alex.
Sorry, I was scrolling real quickly through the superstars list. Is Samoa Joe actually still employed with WWE?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
As
I
far
just
as we know, still active.
As far as we know. Okay.
And he was at the Performance Center thing a couple weeks ago.
Okay. I was about to say this probably reveals how little I know about the project at this very moment. But in that case, we're just gonna come swinging out the gates. We'll go with Walter versus Samoa Joe. Just leave it at that.
Damn it.
All right.
Okay.
Very good. Very good.
All right.
Our next pick will go to Mr. Justin Idol.
How much time do I have?
90 seconds.
This is tough. We got a few guys, but what are we playing for? Bragging rights?
If your match lasts 3 weeks, then it graduates to the super card.
Yes.
Okay.
And if it graduates to the super card, you get forever bragging rights, you get rewards, and you get to make another match. And you also get to punish someone.
Oh, I love punishing people.
Exactly.
All right. I'm just gonna go with. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with Roderick Strong.
Okay.
Versus Randy Orton.
Ooh. Okay.
I don't think they've never had a matchup, right?
No.
I don't think so.
No. I
Love
think
to see
that'd
it, though.
I think
That'd be
that
a
would be
banger.
intense. Now, are we saying what kind of matches they are, or are we just?
No, that comes at a later
that
date.
comes
Once
way
these
later.
matches stay on the card, like Mad Mike said, for 3 weeks, they graduate, so they can't be touched. And then after the card is filled with permanent members, that's when we add stipulations, match types, etc., etc.
Awesome.
We get a little zany. We do Patreon in the bank for our patrons, and they get special perks for contributing to the show in a monetary way, so they can play the game a little better.
Ah, awesome.
And we can keep the lights on, like, right, Sorg?
Yep, keep that server rolling.
Yeah.
He's got an actual server room now. You know, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
right?
He's got the space for one.
And we need to keep it lit, people. So, all right. So, last but not least, of course, you know him as Mad
Mike. Do we know if Bailey's healthy yet?
You know what? I'll make the call as until something else comes out saying otherwise. You can pick her. She will be. I'm going to say she's going to be available for WrestleMania. So Bailey, I'm going to make the judgment call. Yeah, you can book.
I'm assuming she's going to be back at the Rumble. So
yeah, I'm assuming she's real close to coming back. So I will allow that. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to do an 8-person tag.
An 8-person tag.
Yeah, starting off hot.
Okay.
Starting off hot.
Oh, one sec. Point of order.
Point of order, yes.
Tina is reporting Bailey is still injured in the chat, I believe.
Yes.
Okay.
We are expecting her back.
For WrestleMania.
By Mania.
Mike's making an 8-person tag, so
we can hide her. Okay.
We're going to go ahead. If she has to work hurt, that's the match she can definitely work hurt in.
Okay. Okay.
She can take a bump and then go outside for the tag. And
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Nia Jax worked the whole 4-way tag match with like 2 busted ACLs. I think it'll be fun. So my match is going to be the 4 horsewomen. That's Charlotte, Becky, Sasha, Bailey, versus the Hurt Business: Bobby Lashley, MVP, Cedric Alexander, and Shelton Benjamin. That's the match I want.
Oh, I can't wait for these graphics.
All right. Intergender warfare.
And honestly, I got the horsewoman in that.
I'm not making these graphics.
No, you're not. No, you're not. We got people for that.
All right, that brings us to night 2.
Wait.
The
fuck?
Oh, Riz did go.
Did I skip you, Riz?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go back here now. It's fine. You guys have fun. I'm just gonna go bye now.
Back in his corner goes.
I was gonna say when you said last but not least, I'm
my
like,
apologies,
I thought
Riz.
someone else had to go, but
You
Wait,
know
does
what?
that mean Riz is least? Oh man,
My sincere apologies. I talking to you earlier with the picks and stuff. I got mixed
That's
up.
fine.
Riz.
That's okay.
Riz, of course.
Because I actually have a really good banger of a match.
All right.
Brock Lesnar versus Walter.
Walter's already been booked.
Oh, Walter's been booked?
Yep,
Yeah.
that's why I said fuck. That's why I said
Walter,
fuck.
Walter and Joe.
You said it so matter of factly. Now you're like, oh.
No, fucking. Brock Lesnar Cesaro.
All right.
Is this Cesaro
Give
in
me
jail?
that match.
Oh, Miro. Was that Miro?
Miro's in
Miro's
jail.
in-
Yeah,
Miro's in
Miro.
jail.
Yeah.
All
Now
right.
we can go on to night 2.
Now, and because of my misstep, Riz,
That's
you can
okay.
go
That's
first
okay. That's okay.
for
You
night 2.
actually pass for now, if I can,
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
because I had to think there for a minute, and
Mike,
Yeah. Hi.
would you like to lead us off for night number 2? This is a
Ooh.
first for Mayhem Mania. Booking matches
Mm.
of non-WWE personnel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, I think I will. Britt Baker and Adam Cole versus CM Punk and AJ Lee. Boom.
All right.
Oh, by the way, chat room is shining in. Tina is saying, hot take, these matches are underwhelming.
Wow.
Wow, Tina.
Yeah, of
They
course.
are a work in
First of all,
progress.
they're not as
Tina,
good as
you're
you
telling
are,
me
Tina,
you wouldn't
because-
want to watch the Four Horsewomen versus the Hurt Business? You're fucking lying to yourself.
I mean, Cesaro and freaking Brock Lesnar is going to tear down the place.
We all know Tina's a troublemaker too.
Yeah,
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
She's a
Come
mischief
on,
maker.
we love her. We love her. But she's a
Tina-
troublemaker.
Tina will have a chance to break up whatever match she deems not suitable whenever
she will.
Oh, she will. And this
Gone.
time
Oh,
we're
yeah.
going to be
Oh, she
ready,
will.
and then we're going to take down any of her matches.
I think- I
my
think-
goal,
decides
my
he is
goal
the
is to make
MVP of
sure.
this.
My goal is to make sure Tina does not graduate a match.
Yeah, wow.
I'm not, you know what? I'm not even playing this year, so the normal hijinks that I usually get up to, you won't see them. You'll see them as a host. You'll see my.
Let's say, and Tina
my
gives us an
unbridled
evil
valor.
laugh in chat.
Wow.
Tina says, "Bring it, fucker."
All I know is there is an awful lot of trash talk coming from people that aren't on tonight.
Mhm.
Yeah,
No, they
that's
got their
true.
chance. They
That's
got their
true.
chance.
I know.
They always take shots at the people who
Uh,
have the mic, right?
By the way, Alex, I see the road to booking a WLC begins in here. So that's your
Can I
specialty.
put that concept in Space Jail again?
No. We've put enough people and things in Space Jail already tonight. Let's not.
Alex, would you like to take a stab as second to go here for night number 2?
Sure. Let me think. It wouldn't quite be a Mayhem Mania without Braun Strowman. I'm trying to remember what his
Adam
non-WWE
Isn't it the Titan
He's
now?
actually going
Adam
by his.
Scher.
He's actually going by his real name.
Yeah.
Okay. Adam Scher. Okay. Cool.
He's
cool.
booked in Poughkeepsie.
Oh, nice.
Adam Scher and Eric Redbeard versus Bully Ray and Enzo. So
Oh,
guess,
God.
who's,
Oh,
guess
there's
who's
a
not going to see that
there-
match?
there's
Oh.
a match made in heaven. Love to see it. Okay, actually,
Make that match. Make
this
that
one-
match, Alex.
No, hell
Make
no.
it.
No,
50 seconds.
hell no. No, Adam Scher versus John Gresham.
Okay.
Whoa.
All right.
Clash
Okay.
of Styles and,
All right.
and
This
other
is
things.
like a
Love to
Yeah,
see
this is
it.
like a non-WWE. We're gonna get some indie booking, some indie.
Boy,
indie
Garza's,
booking here.
Garza's gonna
That's good.
doing these graphics. I can
These
already
ones
tell.
might get a little rough.
Gresham's gonna be looking
okay.
at Cher's belly button, but it is what it is.
Let's go, Mr. Idol.
All right. This one might, I don't know. I'm going to go with someone on the older side. So if it's a younger crowd doing all the voting and stuff, this might, I don't know, get vetoed. I'm going to go with, I'm going to say the younger guy first. I'm going to go with The Fiend. Can I go with him? Because he's kind of in between, but okay. Versus the Great Muda.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Great Muda is one of my inspirations, so that's why I had to go with him.
I like it. It's
Yeah.
outside the box. It's thinking with a little,
That's what I'm trying to do.
you know.
There needs to be a stip for that match, people. So anyone listening, it definitely will need a stipulation. Yeah, it will
DLC
definitely
match.
need a stipulation.
Right.
I can just picture both their entrances. Ah, ooh.
All right, let's do Riz.
All right, give me Dalton Castle, friend of the show,
I wrestled him.
and Warhorse.
All right, that one's actually in the realm of possibilities now with the
Yeah.
ROH stuff. Thank you, Riz.
You are welcome, Chad.
Sorry I beat you in Mayhem Fantasy this week.
You didn't just beat me; you destroyed me. Just pointing out there.
I taught you a lesson.
You did, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. First lesson's always free. Ronnie.
Actually, that was
up
like
to the plate.
3 lessons, but it's fine. Can I add to someone's match, or do I have to do?
Nope.
Not the first night. No, we have to set the.
Okay.
We have to
But
set.
now I want to know what it was. Shit.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys anyway.
You can
I
tell
was
us
gonna,
that. You can tell us.
I was gonna add Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti to the.
Of course
they're
you were
not-
going to
they're
ruin my
not-
match.
Are they actually dating now? Is
Yes,
that
they
some-
are
okay.
actually. They are. Yeah.
How shocker! But anyways, go on. All right, so my match that I'm gonna do Red Dragon, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish.
And Sorg's
Sorg's
favorite.
favorite
Sorry,
wrestler.
Can you do Red Dragon versus American Dragon? Like, there's so many dragons in AEW now.
There are. And then versus the Wolves, Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards.
Rich has been doing some great stuff lately.
Kicky and choppy.
You're gonna call your match the Zoo.
That sounds like a cage match.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it, let's make it a cage match.
We
You
also
can't.
you cannot make it a cage
I
match,
can't.
Ronnie.
Matt gave me carte.
Ronnie wasn't
Gave me
paying
carte
attention.
blanche. I mean, I
Sorry,
could.
I'm fucking up night 1. I'm sorry.
No.
All matches are WLC until proven otherwise.
That's
Yeah,
true.
all matches
That
are
is
WLC.
true.
You'll have to alter them yourselves.
Yes.
I like the sound of that.
Oh no, Alex. No. Oh, you already made yours. Did you make yours already? You did. Okay, never mind.
Yes,
Yes.
it's
Besides, I
Mr.,
can't make anything until closer to the end. It's fine.
That's
Right.
true. That's true. Everything just decides to turn into hell after a while.
So next up, Mr. Podner.
Okay, so
We'll be closing out.
Okay, so real quick, this is why I make a large list of matches, because everyone I had, except for one match, has already been used by everyone else.
Nice.
You're welcome.
Except for one that I almost thought about doing, but it's gratuitous at this point, having Tony Khan versus Big Swole. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Mainly because I don't want to get in the middle of it. Because that is too messy. So,
And
what I'm
plus,
going to
that
do-
was okay. Mike and I
plus-
were talking about it.
that'd be a
Yeah.
squash match, brother.
Well, I realize that too. But I'm going to tag team match, and I'm pulling from people. At least 2 of these people have been on AEW, but they're not signed. So
Okay.
I'm going to make Willow Nightingale and Eva Surreal versus Team Bussy.
Ah,
And Team Bussy
Oh.
is, for those of the uninitiated.
Alley Catch and Effie.
Thank you.
So we have made this
show us.
gayer. After all that,
Hashtag
I'm just saying.
Hey.
I'm just saying what Effie says. No,
Wrestling is for
wrestling
everyone.
gayer. Yeah,
Wrestling.
What
Wrestling's
was
for
the first
everyone.
tag team again? Just run it by me again.
sure.
Willow?
Willow Nightingale and Eva Surreal.
Hashtag make Mayhem Mania gayer.
yeah.
I wanted to tag with her when she was Alley Cat.
That would have been fun.
That would have been.
That would have been a lot
We
of
might
fun.
as well
That would've
just
been
make
good.
it Gay Ham Mania.
Oh, that'll be so in
There we go.
the future expansion when we do the Mayhem Mania Collective,
Mhm.
and we do specialty shows, including Mad Mike's Pancake Party Pandemonium lunchtime show. That's when we can get to
Ooh.
that.
That's nice.
The Poughkeepsie Pancake Pandemonium.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, that's 10 times fast.
yes. I love it.
I will not.
And special rule for that show: flapjacks are banned.
Ooh.
Okay, Louisiana.
May have some New Day issues there.
Yes.
No, pancakes are okay. Flapjacks banned. Exactly, partner. Think about it.
Is this a New York thing?
No, it's a wrestling move.
Oh,
flapjack.
Bringing it around.
Jesus Christ!
It's also,
just catching up.
You would be amazed at how many younger wrestlers though don't know things like that.
Yeah.
Like abdominal stretch, forget about it. I
Really?
saw one of those in the ring. It's gonna be messy. You know?
Oh, you just gotta show them a bunch of Scott Hall matches where there's at least a 5-minute abdominal stretch per match.
Yeah. Great.
Probably not a fan of the octopus either. The old octopus stretch.
I like the octopus stretch.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't know what that is either.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
But I don't have six or 8 legs.
I don't get it. I don't have it.
Where do they go?
I don't know what to do.
None of us have suckers. What's going on?
Well, gentlemen, thank you for participating and setting the table for the feast that will be months long here. This is a marathon and not a sprint. I believe Main Street Matt said this is going till March 28th or 26th.
I think it's
or
the 29th because the 28th I think is Raw in Pittsburgh.
So
yep.
Yeah, it goes for a long time. This is the foundation. Whether some of this foundation will get ripped up and reorganized and repainted and whatnot. Some of it may graduate down the road. We'll see.
As the leader of this motley crew, when you look at this, looking at it right now, what are your thoughts?
I'm looking at it and I see night one as a. I mean, I'll be honest. I'll be completely honest. Night one is a.
Don't be too honest.
It's a B minus. It's a B minus.
Okay.
You know, and night two is.
Have you seen Raw lately?
That would be an improvement.
F minus.
Yeah.
I have, but this is better. There's some bangers here. There's some what do you say, diamonds in the rough here that might need a little polishing, but it's a B minus. You know, it's okay. It's going to need work. It'll get you by, but it's not what we're striving for. We're striving for greatness. So the finals aren't coming up yet. For the first test, you get a B minus. Okay, it's something to build off of. For night two, I'll give. Outside the box, a lot of good wrestlers here. That's a solid B. Yeah, it's a solid B. So we're in the right spot. Now, next couple of nights, some people could come in, different people mess this up. It may go down to a C, a D. Who knows? We got to rescue some people, whatnot. Mad Mike knows how to play. So does Riz, Alex, Podner. Everybody basically knows how this is going to go. You're going to hurt each other's feelings. You're going to want to fight each other. You're going to call each other names. And then at the end of the day, you're going to HUD make up. It's going to be good. We're going to put a good card together.
I'm going to hug
I'm not hugging anyone.
him in the dick.
Well, if you heel turn during a hug, hey, who am I to say?
Just as looking forward, we do have January is booked up as far as our special guests coming in. Of course, Justin Idol being the first of those this month. Next week, we are scheduled to have the Beastman returning.
Nice.
After that, we have Tito Oric and the Lebanon Dawn. Joey Moses will be joining us. And we also have the former dime piece Julia Lynn joining us later in the month, too. And I believe we do also have scheduled next month. We are currently in the process of scheduling Jim LaMotta, and we will have Papa Judo and Stevie LaBelle from 2PW as a part of this. So that's the lineup so far, but that is only the beginning.
Chad, I have a question.
Yes.
Is there a rule against our special guests booking themselves?
Well, that would be unique to this year, seeing that they were unable to previously because they weren't signed by WWE. I would say, yeah, that's within the realms of possibility.
Okay.
That's within
Son of a bitch.
Plus, everyone deserves.
Okay, good job.
Everyone deserves a payday. You know.
Justin,
That's just how it goes.
you need to campaign for somebody over the next several weeks to book you into this.
I know.
Yeah,
Well, I've
to
been
keep it
messaging
going.
the
I mean,
guy,
if you want to,
she won't message me back. So.
What was that?
if you want to take the Triple H route and start, booking yourself in the matches and whatnot, play some backstage politics to keep you there to get on the card.
The Cody Rhodes and the Triple H.
Yeah.
The Cody Rhodes approach.
Yeah.
Just give yourself a title as many times as you fucking can.
Yeah.
All right. Justin Idol versus
Cody Rhodes.
And I tell you what, I'll auto graduate your match to the card if you get a neck tattoo. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Oh my God. Oh man, we're getting mean now.
So get a neck tattoo, graduate a match.
All right, I'll do it.
Wait, hold on. How big does the tattoo have to be?
It has to be the logo size.
It has to be Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
Cody
Come
Rhodes
on,
style,
I was so
comparable.
close. I was so
Has to
close.
be comparable.
'Cause I was gonna say I could have someone just touch my neck with a
I
needle.
know.
Just
Done.
boom.
No, it's got to be.
Right there. Get the microscope. Look, it's right there.
It's got to be the bit old. Yeah. Hey,
Boom.
this is what this is who I am. This is what I am.
It's like,
I'm a weird-ass transformer.
I don't want it back here. I don't want it like here. I just want something right in this
Yeah,
area.
Riz, get that Mayhem
Not so much
Mania
here.
logo.
From
Right on.
here down.
Oh, man.
right where someone knows where to take a bite.
I can't wait until I don't have a match this time like I did last time. The last few times.
There's a lot. There's some good matches here, fellas.
There is.
Anyways,
Nice work.
we do have confirmation. We will be, Chad, we're going to be showing the list to Mainstream Matt on Talking Mayhem Mania coming up to get his reaction to the first round.
Oh, I'm excited for this.
And that will be
Yes.
coming out later this week.
And our space jail resident.
Yes,
I'm,
yes.
I'm already furious at Riz.
Mhm.
I'm already furious.
So
They
and if you
deserve
are with us, Patreons, we will give you a special early access to the streaming recording of Talking Mayhem Mania in your Patreon. So stay tuned for that as well.
What if I'm a Patreon member? Then I would get extra benefits to book my own match.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, Justin.
For as,
Patreon totals get crazy.
yes, they do. Yes, they do.
I'm gonna stack this thing.
For as little as $1 a month, you too can be a part of this.
no.
So
You too can get a neck tattoo for
Yes.
only $1.
People, it's only a buck.
on that note, I want to wrap it up here a moment because Justin's got kids. He's got kids.
I didn't wrap it up.
Oh, hey!
That's what happens.
And that's your
Back kids.
and that's your PSA for today.
Yes.
But anyways,
Wrap it up, kids.
we're wrapping it up with what you guys learned from wrestling this week, and we got a lot of you guys, so let's do some lightning round with this as much as we can. Okay, Justin, what did you learn from wrestling this week? It could even be tonight.
I learned that you said you had Beastman coming on the show. I learned that he must be able to talk, which blows my mind because I can't understand a word he says. I thought he would be a horrible guest on the show because you can't understand him, but apparently he'll make a good guest on the Wrestling Mayhem show. So that's what I learned. It's just mind-boggling to me.
Well, you don't know that we installed the couch in the studio with a universal translator, so that's why he comes
It's like the
through.
TARDIS.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you don't know this, but when that happens, he has a British accent.
Ooh, what?
Yeah.
There you go.
He's the beast man, he is.
Mad Mike, what'd you learn from wrestling this week?
I learned that even the owner of a company can be a fucking idiot.
Wow.
On social media.
Some dog love happening over there on Justin's face.
Oh.
What is that? Aw, Riz,
Yes.
what'd you learn?
I learned Effie can make me watch anything.
Yeah, that's about right.
He's about to wrestle Jeff fucking Jarrett.
Yes.
I hope it's a good housekeeping match. I hope it is.
If you
I hope
haven't
it is.
watched
Dude, no in GCW.
If you haven't-
Exactly.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I want to see GCW's version of the Good Housekeeping match.
I am very sad that I backed out of filming GCW later this month at this point.
If you haven't watched the video of Jarrett's attack, watch it. It's the sickest guitar shot.
Mm-hmm. It is. It is. Absolutely. Dave Potter, what'd you learn?
You know what? Can you skip me and come back? Because my thing was kind of similar to what Mad Mike's.
Well, I learned.
You can learn the same thing.
Yeah, you can learn it.
Okay, well, no, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
ain't nothing
okay,
wrong with
okay. Then in that case, I'll go. I learned regarding the idiot owner. I'm not saying what he said was wrong. I'm saying you don't. First of all, you don't talk about an employee or ex-employee like that. I'm sorry, but but if there's topics being discussed that you're interested in but don't impact you directly, shut up.
Yeah.
Because I've heard so many people on Twitter talk back forth, especially about the topic they're talking about. And people may be pissed off about this, but white people just shut up. Especially white male, just shut up. You this is not this is, support who you want to support, but just shut up on this one, please.
Yeah.
And also make public apologies when you act like an asshole.
Yes, that too.
That's dumb. I don't do that. That's silly.
Gosh.
Who's next? Who we got? Alex, you're here. You're somewhere in here, right?
Yeah, I'm here in the muck summer. So, see, I was gonna say that I didn't learn a damn thing because I haven't really watched wrestling much. Did watch day one. Didn't really learn much from that. No, the one thing I did learn from wrestling this week, literally just found out today that New Japan is returning to Access TV on March 3rd. That is very exciting. And it's also given me an excuse to finally wrap up the script of some video content I was planning to work on related to those topics.
Okay.
Very excited to see.
Okay.
Yeah, very excited to see New Japan returning to Access after all this time.
Yeah, they're going to be on at 10 o'clock, Eastern time, right after Impact. So now is was that a 4-hour block of wrestling on Thursdays on Access now,
hell.
including because they have BTI before the Impact, and then they have Impact Wrestling for 2 hours, and then they have New Japan on Access.
And to think Impact was the reason that New Japan left Access.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's just wild.
It's good to see. It's good to see. Between that, and I know they moved WoW Wrestling too. I've heard rumblings of people getting some people getting tryouts at WoW Wrestling too. So I'm glad to see that there might be some new faces coming in. Hopefully, people we know. Of course, we know Ray Lynn's a part of that as well. And a lot of people like Big Swole, I think, was a part of that, if I'm not mistaken. And a lot of people we're seeing on AEW and Impact these days have done that show. So it's fun. It's fun. It's good wrestling, and man, it was wild to watch something like that in a theater in LA, the Belasco. It was fancy. Good to see. Who else? Let's see. Who else is that? Everybody? Is it me? Am I the only one left?
Ronnie.
I am
Ronnie.
still here.
Ronnie's still here.
I'm also here.
And Chad is also
Chad.
here.
And Tina has a lesson from the chat room.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Ronnie, what'd you learn?
I have learned that it's that time of the year where WWE gets a boner for Brock Lesnar.
Tis the season.
Farmer Brock. Sorry. I like his farmer gimmick. I just like it. I'm a fan.
With the bushy beard and his hair pulled back like an indie star looking guy, and
I like it. I like this Brock. This is my favorite Brock so far.
Oh, he seems like he's having so much fun. I love
That's
it.
why I think I like it.
Yeah.
You can see it. It's just different.
Chad?
I learned going almost off the same thing. I've always been a Brock Lesnar fan. Just I don't know what it is. He comes in, he just demolishes people. I enjoy it. I've always have, and I'm still a big Brock Lesnar mark. Hey, just gonna have to deal with it. I was surprised he actually did win the championship. I really wasn't expecting him to win it, but they're gonna pull this Bobby Lashley Lesnar thing, I guess, and him actually go with Roman and stuff too. So hey,
Well, this is a match that Lashley has wanted for years.
right, right.
So I mean, props to Lashley for finally getting it.
Yeah,
Like,
in a weird roundabout way of finally finding its way there, maybe a little
Oh
earlier than
yeah,
expected, but
yeah, because this definitely wasn't the plan.
yeah, yeah,
Definitely wasn't the plan.
But yeah, I agree with Justin too. This is a very fun Brock Lesnar, almost like beatboxing Brock Lesnar when he won the Money in the Bank. You know, he was boombox Brock Lesnar. It's fun to see him at this point of his career, kind of being a little more loose, not as rigid as. And even my wife the other night said when he was cutting a promo, I think that's the most I've ever heard Brock Lesnar talk.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right.
It's fun to be able to cheer for Paul Heyman again.
Right. Right.
Like, this is the first time he's represented a face since God, Cesaro.
That man is also, he's probably physically held a championship more than anybody in that company ever has.
Paul Heyman?
Yeah, he physically held
Yeah.
that belt for Roman, for Lesnar, for he physically holds it more than I think anybody in that company ever has.
All right, and you see Tina in the chat room saying, "I've learned to love Monster Energy thanks to New Japan Pro Wrestling last night and tonight." Holy crap! Aaron came over. We watched most of it. He bowed out after before the main event because he had no interest in Okada in that one. But it was man, it is long. I know it's not as long as it used to be each night. But it still is pretty much good slog, and it feels like there's these filler matches with Wrestle Kingdom. But still, it is, despite whatever is going on this week, I will stay up and watch my Wrestle Kingdom because I'm not going to stay up and watch any or New Japan Wrestling for the rest of the year. And I learned about the greatness of WrestleUniverse.com, Joshi Wrestling, Mascots Wrestling. I believe that's a blow-up doll doing an entrance to the Attitude Era Undertaker music. People fighting on a beach, and then there's also like whatever like Noah and DDT Pro does otherwise, and there's a bunch of other stuff in there that I never heard of before. So we are going down a deep, dark Japanese wrestling hole right now. Collectively right now, man, Mike has gotten the bug and is showing me stuff before the show.
Is JPW in that one, Sorg?
JPW? I'm not aware, Riz.
Okay.
But it's wrestle-universe.com, I believe. If you are interested, it is 900 yen. I think it's not as it doesn't seem to be as English forward as New Japan World, but it actually does feel more akin to like a title match or a kind of network situation, but with, and I don't know how to read. Are these like the second tier promotions, or are these guys basically glorifying indie promotions out there? Like, I'm not sure. Like, they're on TV, so I don't know what that is. Excuse me. What was it? Did you say?
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
No monthly fees for 2021. Awesome. Oh, I guess it's a little late. Never mind. I have to update that site.
To partially answer Riz's question, the big ones listed here are DDT, Noah, Tokyo Yoshi Pro Wrestling, and Ganbare Pro Wrestling. So, but I think there's more, but those are the main top listed ones. I don't know. A lot of this is in Japanese, so I'm kind of learning what's happening here. All I know is I get to see more Maki Ito. And there's lots of singing at these Yoshi shows.
I just watched Choco Pro. It's fine.
And then there's Choco Pro. I still subscribe to Choco Pro. I still have some stuff earmarked there. I've been watching a bit of that. It's good to see Lee Moriarty popping up in some of those. and Nyla Rose on that one too. So not that one, but some of the other ones. But definitely worth seeing. Oh Mel, I think I just clicked on the wrong thing here. Anyways. Guys, thank you so much. Justin Idol, where can people find you again?
I'm right here.
Yeah, after this.
Okay. Social media, obviously. I mean, gosh. One Cool Cat forever, all across social media.
There you go.
The only three: Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I don't really use Twitter much, so Instagram. That's where you should find me because that's my favorite. Okay, bye.
There you go. And thank you, everybody, for joining us. Of course, Bad Mike 4883 on the tweets. Of course, Starks Wrestling on the Twitter. Prof Pod on the Twitter. Tell me if I get any of these wrong. Riz Plays Games on the Twitter and on the Twitch. Alex Carr is over at OccupyProWrestling.com. Power to Smarks. To the Smarks?
Power to the Smarks.
To the Smarks, yes. And Chad the Shat all over social medias.
Mm-hmm.
Did I miss anybody? There's a lot of people in here. I don't have a list in front of me. It's all from memory. And thank you, everybody that's joining us in the chat room. It is just the beginning of Mayhem Mania. Thank you, everybody. It's going to be a wild 2022 as we're kicking off our 16th, 17th year. I don't know. How's that math work out? We've been doing this a bit. We'll see you guys next time. Mayhem out.
Just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.